What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Um, this was really the only call out I made live today in Keenan's Discord that actually triggered, um, and it also worked out. So this is retest of 606.42, and that would be the previous day value area low. This is the 80% rule. So we broke above, had at least 3 5-minute candles, close above the level, come back, retest. This is your entry for calls. And then this here was your exit. Um, just 10 minutes in and out. Maybe tried hide session volume profile here so you can see it a little bit better. But this was the entry and this was the close. I don't know, played out in like 15 minutes, I guess. So that was great. Unfortunately, they didn't give us the 605.36. I actually was super close to calling out this as an area to grab calls, and I was super close to calling this out as an area to grab calls as well. But it bounced so quick, I just didn't have a chance, so I didn't call it out. I don't want to call things out late, you know. Anyway, hopefully everybody had a good day today. We had a spike at the end of the day, which is pretty cool. So let's chart up SPY. And just FYI, if people are here for option trades, I don't have any today. I didn't see any setups that I love. Oh, I was going to say, like, really weird that my value area is off, but that it triggered. And that's because I'm on 5 minutes. If I go to the right time frame, yeah, the level's good. I was really confused for a split second there. And then just an FYI for everybody, I probably won't be calling much of anything out tomorrow. I mean, maybe I will if I see something like amazing, but I have work tonight, so I won't even be home until like an hour after the market opens. This is pretty wild. That's a big spike. What's up, Gigi? Hey, what's up, Robert? How you doing? What's up, Corey? What's up, David Ryan? Yeah, I had a good day. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Let me share my screen over there. I forgot. My bad. You can see it now if you want to go back there, update. Nice, Sarah. Good job. I didn't have like the most amazing trading day, but I also didn't have the most terrible trading day. For me, pretty choppy. I shared this in Keenan's, but what was my actual profit for the day? Sorry. I know it's like 300 and something, 350-ish. Oh, just shy of 300. 291.92 was my profit after fees. I just started scalping because I noticed like it was super choppy. unfortunately, like this last trade I took here, was this the last one? Yeah. Um, I just wasn't feeling very confident with the way price was moving, and I entered the trade, and basically I was trailing once I was in profit, kind of thing. Just because again, it was a very very choppy day, so I was just kind of scalping, and basically right after it closed me out, it absolutely rocketed, and would have had a much better day if I wasn't trailing there. But whatever, it is what it is. I adjusted how I trade based on the fact that it was a really choppy day, so wasn't looking for big moves. Robert, how are things going? I got your message, by the way. I just haven't answered because I was napping, getting ready for work tonight. Um, but how are you feeling? Have you like rewatched that video? Or things starting to click a little bit? Oh, seriously, I don't understand why it does that. So, this is the spike. For anybody that doesn't know, if we open below the spike base, it's a pretty bearish signal. If we open between the spike base and the spike, that would be a slightly bullish indication. And if we open above the spike, that's going to be very bearish or very bullish. Sorry, on the day.
So I was learning about stocks,
What's up, Sabi?
but Brandon talked right now.
Oh my bad. I didn't know.
Okay. Um.
Hey, Rockets, quick question.
Yeah.
So when you posted your levels and you had 608.40 take shorts, what made that change? Or like, did you just not want to take the trade? Because I didn't see you like call out, go short from here and ended up going through it. Like, what made you know that that level wasn't valid anymore?
Um. Nothing. I mean, like I'm sure if I was trading at that time, I probably would have noticed that it wasn't looking bearish, but I
Okay.
was sleeping. So
Yeah. No, yeah. All right. Just wondering if you've seen something that indicated, like, all right, I don't want to be bearish anymore.
yeah, I mean, normally I can see it with footprints, but again, like I was sleeping, so I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's you can't really go back and look at footprints and be like, oh, I would have noticed that like this was happening because as
Right.
the candle's developing, like the footprints are different than when you look at them, like even on a 1 minute after the candle's closed. So I can't really go back and look and be like, oh, for this reason, I wouldn't have been bearish, but I was literally just sleeping, so I didn't call anything out because I was sleeping. Um, but yeah, generally you can see it. Um, I feel like like in the live trading sessions that I do, I try to explain when I see stuff like that where it looks like they're gonna push through like a key level. Um, and it's just really the aggression that you see on like order flow and footprints is like the main indication, really.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Oh, Shorty's saying we're going to the 2024 value area high on ES. Do I not have that charted? Now I'm really curious. I want to see where that is. So for anybody that doesn't know, for your yearly levels, you go to a 1 day chart and then period on PvP is 12 months. And that'll give you your 2024. So Shorty's bullish from here, I'm guessing. I don't know why I don't have this charted. Just an FYI, if you guys have questions, like, now is the time, because I don't really have anything else to cover. It's a good time for me to draw these levels, because you guys are, most of you are in a delay, so that way if you have a question, you have time to type it out. I do have some other stuff I can talk about that's important, that's going to be repetition for some people, but maybe for new people it'll be something new. All right, cool. What's snow doing? Slowed down on us, huh? Hey, what's up, Alan? Sarah Perry, I don't really know what your question is. Are you saying what broker is good to use connecting to TradingView? And if that's the question, none. Because you don't want to connect your broker to TradingView and trade through TradingView. You're going to get really crappy fills. And it'll just take like one order to completely screw your account. Like, most of the time it won't be terrible, but then the one time that it is terrible, it's really terrible. Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Hey, Kay. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hey, what's up, Krista? Volume profile, page 41 through 43. I mean, I don't really need to pull it up for myself, but I'll pull it up for everybody else. Weak highs and weak lows. A weak high is really just where a level keeps getting hit over and over and over again. So you're saying page 43. So it's talking about a strong high to start with, and that's where you have basically like you tap a level and you have a really aggressive move away where it's just like a quick tap and a run. And you know, we saw that today on SPY. Let's go to 5 minute. This here, it actually happened so fast. I was actually going to call it out live, and it tapped so quickly and moved, I didn't even have a chance to start typing to say this is your retest. And I was starting to type it before it hit the level, but once it hit, it was just so quick, like I couldn't even type it in time. And so this is, you know, basically an example of a strong low. right? Where we tap and just go really quick. Anytime that price moves quickly away from something, so like here, this would be a strong high where it quickly pushed it down. Strong low where we quickly pushed it up. Strong low where we quickly pushed it up. Strong low here. Strong low here. Strong low here. This is a strong high. And so I do have a fairly good way of explaining this. But so let's go back to, oops, that's the wrong thing. So that's our example of a strong high. And it's basically saying to close your position, like where they accumulated or where accumulation or distribution happened right before that, because you're probably not going to come back up to that strong high. So weak high is where we tapped a level a bunch of times, you know, sold off, came back to it and broke through it, right? Or the inverse would be like a weak low where we tap a level a bunch of times, bounce, come back to it and break through, right? So if any of this, you know, doesn't make sense to you guys, like I'm not going to read all of this, but or even if it does make sense, you might want to just do a refresher and come back and read this. And so the way that I describe it is, if you think about, oh, and then sorry, I just realized I didn't really answer Sarah's question completely. No, so Sarah, I'm just saying, like, you can connect a broker here. Like, you can connect to a broker. Like, I can connect to Webull, or whatever. There's a few. So any of these, Trade of 8, you can paper trade, Forex, Moomoo, Tasty Trade, AMP, Webull, Interactive Brokers, TradeStation, Onata, Trade of 8, whatever. There's a bunch, right? And the thing is if you're trading through TradingView, when you click buy or sell, it has to get sent from TradingView to your broker, from your broker to whatever, what's it called? Market maker is executing your orders, and then the order will go through. And sometimes there's a lag from TradingView to your broker, and that's enough to completely screw your order. So to answer your question, like, I need to know what device you're trading on, like if you're trading on a Windows-based computer or if you're trading on like a Mac or a phone or a tablet. And if you're trading futures, you already said with your own money, so I know that aspect, but I need to know if you're talking about futures or if you're talking about like options or shares. So let me know specifically what you're talking about. And so you just said longs and shorts, so I'm assuming you're talking about futures, and you said Windows. And so, yeah, so the best thing you can do is, and this is my opinion, so it might not be the best, but you can go to Google and type in AMP futures free Quant Tower, and there's this link, right? You can only get this by using this link. So it's not an affiliate link or anything like that, but as long as you deposit, I think it's $200, it might be $100, I don't remember exactly, with AMP, you'll get access to the free version of Quant Tower. And so here's the link to AMP futures. I would sign up through them, and then I would use Quant Tower as your trading platform, because Quant Tower is super powerful, and then you'll have access to like footprints. Um, and normally it's $70 a month, and through that link for Amp Futures, you can get it for free. There is like a lifetime membership if you want to pay for that, but I'm assuming not too many people want to part with $1,600. And if that's the case, getting it for free is the best. So I would go with Amp Futures and use that specific link that I just shared in the chat. And just in case, if somebody's not in the chat like right now live, and you want to find that link, you just type in Google Amp Futures free Quant Tower, and you'll find the link that gives you the free Quant Tower. And that would be the way that I would go. Okay. Back to the poor highs, poor lows. So now you're saying, sorry, now I need to reread your question. 12:36 p.m. 12:36 p.m. Eastern, Western. I don't know. I'm assuming. You're probably talking about. Yeah, I would have to know what time zone, because you're probably either referring to here, and I'm guessing more likely you're referring to here. So 12:37 is 9:37 my time. I don't really see it. If you're talking about this, which is 9:15. Or wait, did you say? Oh, you're saying a week low here. I'm sorry. My bad. I think I see it now. Yeah, right here. You were going to wait for it to drop and enter calls. So for a week low, you would be looking for price to come down below that level. To here would be amazing, because that's your strong low. It probably is a weak low. They just didn't retest it. So I think your analysis is correct. They just never retested that level. You know. But so the way that I explain like weak highs, weak lows, strong highs, strong lows. So this here is definitely a weak high, right? And we ended up smashing through it. The way that I like to explain it is basically like, and Kay, I think I already answered your question, but I'm just going to explain it for everybody else. If we have, if you think of like policemen with a battering ram trying to knock down a door, the first time they hit the door, they're going to get a reaction like this, right? So they hit the door, and the door like sends them flying backwards, right? If they keep hitting the door over and over and over again, every time they hit the door, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. And let's just say, you know, they hit it once, it gets weak. Hit it again, it gets weaker. Hit it a third time, it gets weaker. Hit it a fourth time, it gets weaker. And then they get bounced back a little bit. They hit it another time, a fifth time, it gets a little bit weaker, but they still bounce off of it. And then that sixth time they come to it, they just smash right through it, right? Same way that a battering ram works. Basically, every time that we hit that door, it gets a little bit weaker and weaker, and they're eventually going to smash through it, right? When you see a reaction like this, that's a really strong level. So if price happened to come back down to here, you would expect, you know, like a good strong reaction off of it, right? But if they keep hitting it consecutively over and over and over again, you kind of expect the next time they come to it, they're going to smash through it. I'm kind of surprised, excuse me, that they rejected here. I would have expected them to break through there based on this. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah, Ernest, I don't draw supply and demand. I found that the levels, like just having our previous day value area low, previous day value area high, previous day POC, whatever, monthly levels, weekly levels is more than enough. And you don't really need those big, you know, like blocks per se on your chart. I will draw some supply and demand when I'm looking at like longer time frames. When I'm day trading, like I'm looking to get in, you know, at a specific level. So let me just show this actually really quick instead of going to something where I am drawing blocks. So the charts changed, but before, I don't know, somewhere right around here was our previous day value area low, right? And this that I had pulled up earlier, let me see. Says specifically, I said regain, but so basically break through 606.42 and then hold above that level for 15 minutes and wait for a retest of 606.42, right? So a very precise level. And so actually this is slightly off. This is where I was looking for calls, right here. And so I don't need a big block like this when I can predict the bounce within a few cents, right? So way better to just get accurate with your entries versus looking for a big block where you're looking to get into a trade. So like if we look at Tesla, I think that's semi-decent. Actually, I think Oracle's probably a better one. So like you can see here on Oracle, I have zones where like on higher time frames, I'm looking to buy. I don't remember exactly when I drew this, but like this was my buy zone here, sell zone, sell zone. These sell zones I have to have drew after these were established. So again, I don't know exactly when. It was probably around here where I was saying this is where you sell. Sell again, come to here and you're buying, sell. Again, you'd be buying. You'd probably get stopped out if you bought here. But then here you'd be looking to buy again. And then close here or whatever, or close up here. and you can see like on these higher time frames using like a larger area, um, and where you're looking for bigger moves, you can have like a larger stop loss, right? Um, so on higher time frames, I will use like, supply and demand zones, but on shorter time frames, I'm looking for those really like deadly accurate entries. Um, hey, what's up, Zeus? What's up, Chef? How you doing, brother? Um, Initial balance. I mean, really, like on initial balance, I'm looking for trading the range mostly, and if we break above, then or break below, break above initial balance, I generally become bullish. Break below, I'm generally becoming bearish. Um, yeah. So for me, this is, like our initial balance basically almost lined up with our previous day value area high or value area low. I'm sorry. And breaking through this and regaining our previous day value area low is just like super bullish. Like we're probably going to the previous day value area high, which is exactly what happened. Um, yeah. So, um, but so for me, and this works better, trading futures, but like I'll try, like here, I don't know where the top and the bottom is until it's, established, but I'll try to scalp, through here basically when we're doing like our typical day stuff. Um, and generally, like, I'll figure out where the reversals are happening by watching footprints. And like, if I'm in calls here, I would be closing at the VWAP. And if I'm in puts here, I would probably close at VWAP. But I wouldn't take puts here because the VWAP's so close. But then you also have to remember trading futures. Like, this could have been a pretty decent move, whereas on SPY, it's nothing. Explain what my horizontal lines mean. So there isn't a whole lot to explain. Like, as far as I don't have time to do a full class on what these lines mean. There's books pinned in the description of the video. One is Volume Profile by Trader Dale, which we actually just like pulled up and looked through a little bit. Amazing book. You should read it. Another one is going to be Anna Cooling's Volume Price Analysis. And the last one is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I would highly recommend reading all three of those books. But if you want to learn what these lines mean, you can go to my YouTube and search for Volume Profile, and you'll find videos covering what those lines are and what time frames to find them, and how they work. So that's what you want to do. But if I had like 3 hours, I wouldn't mind teaching it. I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. And then I feel like we've explained here already, like the spike and the spike base. If we open below the spike base, it's going to be bearish. If we open between the spike and the spike base, it's slightly bullish. And if we open above the spike, it's going to be very bullish. Right now, futures are pretty just sideways. Let's see what kind of... oh, awesome, Chef. Let's see what kind of news we have tomorrow. Oh, wow. Tomorrow's going to be wild. And this is where you guys get screwed, like on those of you that trade options. Well, tentative, we don't know what time this is going to happen, but all of this here is before the market opens. And all of this is going to be pretty huge and move the market. And then 15 minutes after the market opens, we get manufacturing PMIs and services PMI. So those will give us a massive move. And then 15 minutes later, existing home sales and revise consumer sentiment. So this will move the market as well. So it's going to be pretty wild. The first 30 minutes of the market open, where we're going to get some news candles. Okay. Was it? I didn't pay attention. Pioneer days are very rare. Oh yeah, you're right. The initial balance was set in the A period. So the first 30-minute candle of the day was our initial balance. You don't see that very often. Alrighty. Can I take a look at Tesla? I really don't have time, unfortunately. I need to go get ready for work. There's a chance they run it from here. If they sell off, like this is where you want to buy through here. I should probably erase whatever this stuff is. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance they run it from here. If not, this is where you want to buy next time. But that's all I really have time for, is just a quick glance at this. If they break below this, then you want to be a buyer through here. Okay. No, the initial balance is the first hour. But today on SPY, the first 30-minute candle was the initial balance, if that makes sense. So normally, I mean, not normally, always you're looking at the first hour. But if you look at this 30-minute candle, the high and the low of that first 30-minute candle is the initial balance. So you're just taking the high point and the low point of the first hour of the market being open, and that gives you your initial balance. And in this case, that one candle made up the initial balance by itself, basically. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Gigi. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Hopefully this was helpful. I got to go get ready for work. Wow, Japanese CPI just came in hot, so that's good. Their forecast was 3.4%, and it came in at 3.6. Yeah, so that should move the market up. It's all good, Robert. Oh, Oh, exciting news, Robert. Uh, Henrik's lower finally arrived at the FFL. So today. So he gets to wait that wonderful 10 days before he can get his lower. Oh, awesome, Gigi. Actually, we should mention that really quick. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I live call outs in Keenan's Discord this entire week. I haven't missed once. I could be wrong because I don't normally like keep track. Like I don't make a mental note every time I call something out and like try to keep track of it and like be like, oh, I've called out this many times and I've been right this many times. Um, but I'm pretty sure this week I haven't missed on a single call out, which is cool. Um, I'm gonna pull something up really quick. Our I have to figure out which is which. Wow, Disney hit all of our levels today. Oh, and it gave the better entry today, right? Let me see. 5 mins. This is what we were looking for. Excuse me. I'm probably going to have to put this as a loss because it came... Actually, let me see. Yeah, this would have been where you would have triggered to get in, and then it sold off, and then hit our profit target. So I think Disney was a miss, which is a bummer. This was from 2 days ago. Or sorry, yesterday, not 2 days ago. And then the other one was CVX, and I know this one hit. Right? Wait, this is wrong. CVX missed. It barely tapped our trigger and then sold off. Disney had to have been a win.
Disney had been in pre-market.
No, this is here.
Yeah, it came up, hit the profit target and pre-market, then came back down, I think.
Yeah,
But I
that's
remember
so...
seeing it hit.
Once it crosses back over, that's your trigger. So we went below and then came back in. I guess I have to mark this as a loss, which is a bummer. Those 3 losses kind of mess up our win-loss ratio. We were, I don't want to count all of them, but up until these 3 days or these 3 trades, we had 3 losses and just like a stack of wins. And then 3 losses in a row now, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. That is part of the probability of trading. Corey, very loaded question. Meta printed? I think I looked at it. Was it to buy here and sell here? Yeah. That seems far ago. Maybe you're talking about buy here and sell there, which would be sick. That's a nice move. So Corey, I I try to trade live in my mentor's Discord, um, which is Shorty's Discord. It's pinned in the description, but I can also just post it for you guys. It's not a cheap Discord, but the focus there is education and teaching people how to trade. My mentor is a market maker, so he's extremely knowledgeable. He's an amazing trader, and he teaches some really, really valuable stuff about trading. We teach the same stuff really on YouTube. Like, we're not hiding anything. There's no paywall, so like we're not trying to get people to join the Discord. It's a very small Discord. We keep it small on purpose, and that's so that we can focus on teaching the people that are there. So I try to trade live 5 days a week there, but it generally ends up being like 3 to 4 days a week, just because of whatever, life being life. And then I'll also call out trades in Keenan's Discord, but I don't trade live in Keenan's. I'll just type out, like calls here, puts there. But trading live is pretty much only in my mentor's Discord, and every once in a while we'll trade live on YouTube, but we don't do that very often. All right. That said, I need to go get ready for work. So, good luck tomorrow, everybody. Be aware that first 30 minutes is going to be wild with all the news that we have. And then, as always, big thanks to all of the subscribers. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. And huge thanks to GG for the donation today. Really appreciate it. And then if you're new, I would appreciate a subscribe if you enjoyed the content. We tend to do classes like on Sundays, normally like a couple times a month. These videos during the week is just to quickly go over levels. I don't really focus on teaching too much, but we do end up generally talking about something education-wise, which we did quite a bit today. So there's lots here. And actually, Robert, since I know you in person and I can trust you, let me make you a moderator. There. What else was I going to say? Little bruh, you might not appreciate what I'm about to say. It's nothing personal. But, oh, wow. Anatole, thank you. That's weird. Like, the donation showed up on one window and not the other one. But, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, now it showed up. There was lag. That's weird. Yeah, so when I say this, little bruh, it's nothing personal. But everybody has their excuses, right? Like, I can make excuses all day long. I'm dyslexic, like I'm really dyslexic, and spelling, typing, reading, or writing is all really difficult for me. And as a result of that, I type pretty slow because I have to like make sure that I'm not mixing my letters around. When I read a book, I have to reread the same paragraph like 10 times because when I start reading, I'll forget what I've read by the time I get to the end of the paragraph or the end of the sentence. And then I have to reread it to make sure I understood what I was reading. And with swapping words around, sometimes what I read is very confusing, so then I have to reread it again. But the thing is you'll never hear me using that as an excuse as to why I can't be an amazing trader. Like, I just have to work harder than people that aren't dyslexic, or harder than people, um, or as hard as people that are dyslexic, or people with, like short attention spans or whatever. Like, yeah, we have to put in extra work, but you shouldn't be using it as an excuse as to why you can't accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And you might not be using it as an excuse, but like, you will literally never, ever, ever hear me talk about myself being dyslexic. Unless it's specifically in the context that I'm speaking right now, where somebody's like using something as an excuse as to why they can't learn or study or read. Then I use myself as an example, and talk about my struggles with learning and reading and education and whatever else. And it was rough, like super rough as a child. Like, when I grew up, like when I was in whatever middle school in the early 80s, or elementary school, whatever, in the early 80s, like dyslexia wasn't really understood very well back then. And so my teachers in front of my face would call me stupid. That's not very encouraging for a kid, right? Like, you're, when the people that are supposed to be like lifting you up and teaching you and helping you get better are calling you stupid, it doesn't really make you want to like go to school and work hard. And so in school, I struggled a lot because like I heard for so long that I was stupid that I started to believe it. And it actually turns out like I have a genius level IQ. I have an extremely high IQ. I was tested when I was like 12 years old, I think. Yeah, 12 years old. No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was tested when I was 12 years old. And turns out I'm actually very intelligent and I'm not stupid. I just have to work a little bit harder than the average person when it comes to like reading and studying and whatever else. So I'm sure that, short attention span makes things more difficult for you, but just never use that stuff as an excuse as to why you can't accomplish your goals. Like, because everybody's got, no, I didn't go to a Catholic school, or not really. I don't know. I think, I mean, like, I was in public school. That's where I was being called stupid. I went to private school for like 1 month. I mean, for 1 year when I first moved to America. So I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. I didn't really have any issues there. And I think it was a Christian school. And then I ended up going to a boarding school in England, which might sound harsh to some people, but my parents like really tried to give me the best education possible. And the school that I went to, I don't know if I'll be able to pull up information about it, but it would be cool if I could. Yeah, so here it is. I went to this school in England. It's called Grenville College. And so this was the key. It included setting up a specialist dyslexia department, which was part of Grenville for 38 years and earned national reputation for its excellence. And so through this school, my parents were paying like the equivalent of like sending your kid to Harvard for me to go to this boarding school when I was young. And they actually helped me overcome a lot of my issues that I have with dyslexia. And so when and I guess my point is that school was Protestant, which is like it's a form of Catholicism, but that didn't, like, it was a great school. Like the the Catholic aspect of the school didn't affect anything for me. And they, yeah, so it helped a lot with my dyslexia, to where my dyslexia really only affects me when I'm like tired, super tired. When I've slept good and like whatever else, like it might affect me a little bit here and there. But thanks to that school, I overcame quite a bit of it. So good stuff. Yeah, Sarah Perry, there's a ton of good information in Volume Profile. Yeah, Jose, I mean, the point of what I'm sharing is like, we're all capable. Some people might have to work harder than others. Some people might have to, like reread information or whatever. I have to do that. I have to reread stuff a bunch of times. Like, I don't know that Shorty, actually, I know Shorty has some form of learning disability. I think he might be dyslexic, if I remember correctly. And he read Trading in the Zone like 30 times, if that tells you anything. So, like, the moral of the story is, just because you have to work a little bit harder, like, whatever it is, what it is, this trading, once you become profitable, it's such a great like opportunity as far as earning money and like creating financial freedom for yourself or your family. It's worth the hard work that it takes to get there. So just work hard. I mean, that goes to everybody, learning disability or not. Work hard, study hard, work hard, also play hard, but study harder, get this crap down, and then you have the financial freedom to do, pretty much anything that you want to do. Okay. With that said, much love, everybody. Of course you can do it, Emmanuel. Of course you can. I'm going to cover this really quickly because I really have to run. I got to get in the shower and go to work. But this people don't listen to enough. But aside from reading those books, once you start trading, you want to focus on doing one trade a day. You want to journal every single trade on an electronic journal. And you want to follow your levels. So like today, when I called out that trade on SPY, I don't remember the exact entry level, but it was like, actually it was 606.42, I want to say. And the closing area was here somewhere, like 608 something. And you want to follow those levels. Like, you figure out your entry, you figure out your take profit, and you figure out your stop loss. And there's no trailing. You either hit your stop loss or your take profit, nothing in between. And those are the main things that you want to focus on as a new trader. And also finding setups when the market is closed. So just like I've done today, where I've charted SPY and I figured out like where I want to be in calls, where I want to be in puts, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You want to do the same thing and figure out all of your trades for the next day. Okay? But those 4 things that I just mentioned are really key in becoming a good trader, and not enough people focus on that stuff. More people are focused on where to put lines and whatever, studying stuff, which is great. But those 4 things, nailing down the mental aspect of trading, is really huge. So you want to focus on that stuff a lot. Okay? All right. I'm out. Much love, everybody. People in Shorty's Discord, I should be live like an hour after the open. And we'll see if we can't find some good trades. And I probably won't be too active tomorrow in Keenan's, but there's a chance that I might say the odd thing here and there, okay? Much love, everybody. Much respect. Peace out, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And then after that, I'll be live like either, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday. I think Shorty's doing a class on volume profile on Sunday. And we'll go live either Saturday or Sunday. and cover what we're looking for Monday. Okay? Take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye.